Hey, what do you mean?
What
I'll
the
get you outside.
fuck?
Here we are.
I'm 27, so just
Six,
for yourself.
Get out of here! What the? There's a fucking magpie in my house! What the fuck?
Come up to heaven there.
I think they're going to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
30
Someone
seconds
clip
left.
that shit!
Yeah, I'm
Is it
assuming.
a raccoon?
The magpie.
Hey, what do you mean?
What
I'll
the
get you outside.
fuck?
I'm 27,
No, it's a raccoon.
Get out of here! Fucking magpie! What the fuck?
Wow. That is a winged raccoon. That's what I call it. If you're
Yeah. So this is a thing I learned after seeing that video from that gentleman. Magpies in Australia are just a really aggressive species of bird that'll just come at you because they can.
like a kangaroo,
Like-
but winged.
Yeah.
Kangaroo,
A
yeah.
small winged
Yeah.
kangaroo. That's what I usually say
it-
when I say magpie.
So it's like a really known thing. Like even the local like news stations will put out like a map of where magpies are and where they're being the most aggressive that day. Like,
A bird forecast?
Yes.
Birdcast. Listen,
Birdcast.
I'm not doubting. Look, Kaz, I don't want to cast any aspirations
Oh,
about the fact that you're
yeah, what's
lying
up?
out
Okay.
loud. Out
Oh,
loud.
am I? Am I?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But
Okay.
I feel like there is kind of a fail-safe for most Americans at this point, where you can just say, "Yo, those bugs," but in Australia, they're the size of 3 humans. They'll fucking eat you alive. Your dick immediately sucked in. It's gone. It just they take your dick. And most of us are just gonna be like, shit, yeah, I don't want to go to Australia. Yeah, no, that's a terrible fucking. That sounds terrible. Yeah, those spiders, big as fuck. Yeah, no, kangaroos punch you in the face. Yeah, no, fuck that. Magpies, they just come at you. They want you. There's an active law right now against magpies.
Also, though, close your
Yeah.
fucking doors. What the hell did the bird get in?
So
Did it go through
Yo,
a
how
screen
bird
door?
get in?
because I had the same exact questions that you did, Bryce, before I
Oh.
decided to bring this video before people. I
Oh,
went
yeah.
and did some investigations, right? The gentleman in another tweet, because people also had this question, claimed he had just recently got a very young puppy and he's trying to make sure that the dog is housebroken. So while he was streaming, because he can't, readily just jump up and take the dog for a walk, he left the door open so that the dog would have access to the backyard so that
He's not
the
gonna do
dog...
that again. He's not gonna do that anymore.
But the
Yo, he's not gonna
problem-
make that suck.
the
He's not
problem
gonna do that again.
his girlfriend has been feeding the magpie. And so one of them was
it's
just
always it's always the loved ones who
It
did
is
it.
always your significant other. This is why you don't date. They let magpies in the house. In Australia, where the dogs
Fellas, we are
in-
keeping our doors closed.
Also,
Oh my
also, other thing I learned from that tweet: the magpies will go after your dog too. They don't give a fuck. They will just go after any and everything.
I need experts. I need actual experts to tell me if I need to be worried about magpies taking my animals at this point. Are they taking animals, or Alexa, do magpies take animals?
Here's something I found on
Fucking
Wikipedia.
cunt.
Magpies are birds of the Corvidae family.
Sure.
The black
Apparently
and white Eurasian
magpies are
magpie is widely
Corvidae, so
considered
that
one
means
of the
they're
most
like
intelligent
crows.
animals in the
They're
world.
considered one of the
Among
most-
Alexa,
mammal
stop.
species.
One of the most intelligent animals in the world. Look at that.
Listen, Aaron, I don't have any
shit.
knowledge about where magpies are from. My knowledge of bird situations are they go in the sky. That's it.
I
They
was just
belong in the
looking-
sky.
I was just looking for an infographic on the reports. Yo, these motherfuckers have kill counts. They scared a man who was cycling.
But I have to ask the question just on the sake of it. Is this a dingo ate my baby scenario? Like, is it just because of local folklore? Is it just like, Oh, Magpie once took my younger sister that my twin sister. She's gone now forever.
But we have the internet. That factoid, Kaz, is not from the 60s, right? This is from a year where 2 is the first digit. This is from the
Who
millennium.
knows where he's looking? It could be on Dig. Who knows where the fuck he's looking?
He's on fakenews.biz/magpies.
No, it's a CNN article from
CNN. That's also fakenews.biz.
Oh,
hello, everybody.
We have never. We didn't
but
introduce the website or the podcast or the thing that we do. The web zone.
You don't need to, man. Fucking Magpie. This is fucking your Magpie report. This is now the Magpie.
I
cast.
know that iHeartRadio is pushing that Ron Burgundy podcast real fucking hard. But maybe if you slipped over and accidentally started this podcast, I hope you've been enjoying your stuff. If you've been here this long, Kaz is going to introduce us.
Yeah, welcome to dkgWELP, the Drunk Kids Gaming podcast. We now exclusively talk about magpies on this show. This week, your new magpie expert,
Is that the
Bryce
noise?
Castillo.
I don't know. It's the noise I made.
It's a Bryce pie. Wait, that's real. That's.
So we're not gonna really
I gotta quit the
talk about my
podcasting
pie. We're
experience.
not gonna talk about my pies on the podcast tonight, Curly, if we can help it. Please.
Join the
Just
email
edit that one out.
newsletter
Edit that. Edit that.
You got a video game newsletter, right?
That's right. So I put this on the email newsletter this last week. I want to hear your guys' take on it. Video games, they might cost $70. 2K is going to charge $70 for the PlayStation 5 and next Xbox version of NBA 2K21. Would you pay $70 for a new video game? It's a price bump.
Not for a yearly sports release game. Those ones I get very picky about. I need to, like, those ones I definitely need 300 other people to have already done it and tell me that, like, it might be worth it for me to even consider it. Not actually do it, to just think about it. Going into the future, and I'm sure we'll talk about this, but I'm always going to pay for anything Rockstar puts out, no matter kind of what the price point is, because I just love Rockstar.
Curly and I both had like a...
Did you go in the same place where I wanted to start challenging if they released some very questionable material, that if Kaz would buy it? That's where I went. I wanted to just challenge him.
I mean, they have.
You're going to buy
Really?
Ping Pong 2 for $70.
If I almost played the coronavirus
Lemmings
check
2022.
from Big J1.
Kaz says he will drop $70 on it. The guys who made Lemmings, I bet you $10. The guys who made Lemmings still work at Rockstar. I'm just gonna say that.
You can have it.
Probably.
Yeah. It could be. What if Rockstar released The Last of Us 3?
Just Rockstar is making this one.
That's actually on the title. Last of Us 3. Rockstar's making this one.
Maybe they'll actually be a game with this movie that
Wow. That actually might be a good. That might actually be a good collabo. Because I think.
Because let's talk about this, right? I like Naughty Dog. I think they make good products. I just
Kaz
rather
has come
watch,
around.
I just rather watch someone else play it, because playing those games is literal garbage, because they're not video games, right? They are just walking simulators where sometimes you push a button. Like, there's just no challenge in those as a video game.
they're action adventure games. I mean,
They're action
you
adventure.
really remember the exploration and the sightseeing, but I mean, you're still fighting guys off. You're still the stealth moments. Like there is like, look, we can have that conversation, and we should have it about a company named Telltale Games. But I don't know that Naughty Dog is at that level. I don't know. I think they clear the
Bryce, you're not going to win this one with Cass. I will throw it out there just to throw it, because I will throw myself under the bus that is now currently derailing. The fact that it takes me 90% longer to play through Last of Us, since I've played it on stream so many times, on a harder difficulty means there is some fucking game there. I'm bad at it. I'm bad at video games and I'm bad at playing them. I wish it was quicker. I wish I could be the guy that says I'm on hardcore mode and it's easy peasy, swappy loop doop boop boop boop, hit the guy, kill him. But I'm not. I'm not good at that at all. And so there's something there. And sorry.
Yeah.
The fuck? I have been removed from the call by another participant. Okay, podcast pause. I've been removed from the Skype call. I started the Skype call. Why am I out of the Skype call?
I just asked that. Why am I allowed to remove you accidentally?
I have never had that happen in my entire life. I started the Skype call. I'm supposed to be in charge.
Keep remove from call and fit video right next to each other. I would put a couple of options between those two. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's the only comment to Microsoft about their products? Please, God, Jesus, don't get me started. I can't handle that. That's curly computing the podcast.
Bullet number 1 would do that one.
Jesus.
All right.
I mean, out of all things that could make a fucking podcaster panic while he's the recorder.
I've never had
What
that
did I do? Am I live? What? Who is it? What?
I use Skype all the time. I didn't know that.
I love it. Even here, the fun. My favorite fact is literally the first subscriber to my channel, the #1 OG best friend of my entire fucking channel of DKG, Sunbun. First thing he said as soon as it went down, Curly, what the fuck? That's what happens. That's the first thing that comes out. Curly did something shitty. He fucked up. He fucked up.
Yeah, I immediately was like, "Up, Curly lost his internet. That's it for the night. Have fun, folks." Like, Spectrum strikes again.
So keep all of that in, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not editing this shit. Fuck you, God.
In other news,
No. Before we go into news, honestly, I wanted to go circle back around to Bryce's newsletter. You had mentioned the straw poll, right? So Bryce runs a.
You guys want to take a look at it?
One of the most popular things that Bryce does is his internet newsletter about video games, and it's fantastic. I actually responded to both of your straw polls already.
Great.
Your first one.
I'm pulling it up now.
Yeah.
I asked 2 questions. Would you buy a new video game for $70? And when was the last time you bought a video game at $60?
No.
Looking at the results now, this has been out for a couple of days. 50-50, a dead heat would say that they would buy a new video game for $70. Half and half, 14 and 14. And then on the second question, when was the last time you bought a video game at $60? 43% of people said it was in the last 3 months.
Shima, baby.
Yeah, or Last of Us 2, right?
Or Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Right. Was that only 3 months ago? Oh my god.
Yeah, we're in COVID times, baby.
Man. And so it's really interesting to see, because whether we're talking about annual releases like the 2K series, whether we're talking about big story games like Last of Us or Tsushima, which is very much an open map game, Ubisoft games, EEA, whatever, like there is still a market out there for $60. I bought Final Fantasy VII day one for $60. I buy a lot of games on day one. I don't pre-order them, but I do get all up in the hype and buy them on the first day.
Sure.
But I think there's still there is still a groundswell at that price point for those caliber of games, and I think I would be on that train. Maybe not as much. I certainly don't buy as many games day one as I might have before, even though I have more money now to do so. But it's interesting because $60 has been kind of the de facto AAA high-end retail cost for a game for what, 15 years or something. So I come to this in a bunch of different avenues in regards to getting older, which we've talked about, and what you just mentioned. Actually, I was going to bring up is having more disposable income as an adult with, God forbid, for the first time in a couple years, a savings account, for fuck's sake.
Like I can actually prepare for these kind of things instead of being just like, I need the newest Crash Bandicoot. Let's go. Games have been 60 for a long time, right? Like,
So games have been 60, but we're also getting into an era where sometimes you're even paying like a couple of $100 because there's a special edition, there's a collector's, a fucking founders. Like I think
Season passes, microtransactions, especially if you look at NBA 2K21, that game's still going to have microtransactions.
Because I have no problem, and the way I responded to this poll straight out upright was like, I immediately felt like I wanted to say no, I wouldn't buy a game for $70, but I'm like, no, I'm thinking in the past, and I've bought sight unseen, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, fucking bought it, done playing it, love it, great. I buy these games that I'm convinced will be great. In my opinion, or at least worth it, and some of them really aren't necessarily worth it in regards to there's a whole goddamn conversation,
right? Like
right?
there is a need for a B tier price scale, right? If you look at the annualized sports games, or if you look at like the Assassin's Creed games, which are pretty much an annual series, almost, right? Like there's certainly a period where they were, and then they drop in price almost immediately. Like, I guess if it was an indie developer and I said like, hey, if your game's only going to be $60 for a couple of months, then you might as well do it because there will be some people who will do it. But I don't know, man.
Is that good?
I think it's okay to make money. I think it is okay to make money.
I agree. I agree. My thing is like, so my usual litmus test for buying a game outright is, this may be just telling for a lot of stuff, but can I get it anywhere else? Can I get it on a different platform? If it's only on the PlayStation and the only option I have is Sony's Marketplace, Final Fantasy VII, currently Ghost of Tsushima, I'm going to buy it. Because I'm a little biased right now because I have to, not have to, but I want to showcase new games. I want to play them on stream and stuff. But I consider it a sunk cost. I'm like, no, I'm buying it. Doesn't matter if I play it for one night. I'm going to buy it so I can play it and stream it and do the thing, whatever. Some of these games, though, like that do come out that are still at the $60 price point, which I still considered, and I don't know if I've been indoctrinated to it, but like I consider that $60 price point, that's a full price game. That's a game. That's a full game. But sometimes you get something like, and I don't knock like Lara Croft's Resurgence, the new Tomb Raider. I actually thought they were very fun games, but they're like 12 hours of experience. And what I was kind of getting at earlier was like, some people do consider the $1 to hour price ratio their reasoning for picking a game and paying for it. Some people are like, no, I want that
young
experience.
People, especially underage people who have a very limited very limited budget and want to say like, I want to get the most. And then maybe that's where those annualized games come in, right? If you get an Assassin's Creed game and there's a million things on a map to do, if you get a Madden game and you can just keep fucking playing, you can run that game into the ground for years. Like I understand the arithmetic for that. But the interesting thing that I think I might touch on in the next newsletter is that we had this conversation about the $70 price tag about 2 weeks ago, and Microsoft had their keynote or had their showcase this past week with a big emphasis on Game Pass, right? Pay $15 a month and we will just feed you many games. We have bought all these development studios. They are all going to be part of it. Halo is going to be on Game Pass day one on the box that you already have. Which is an interesting value.
$70 for that.
Well, I mean, but you nailed it. So though. In your newsletter, you brought up the fact that you said the biggest premier thing that was announced in that Microsoft announcement was Microsoft Game Pass. That was the star of the show, easily, right? Yeah. Like you nailed it.
I think it's very smart for Microsoft because a lot of those studios, they have just bought, they're still spinning up. We still don't know what they're going to do, or those new games are just starting. And we saw like the new Obsidian RPG is not going to be out until 2021. Like they're the big things for the Xbox Series X is not going to come until 2021. And I think it is very smart for them to say we are actually in a long transition period between these two boxes. But I think we're going to have a conversation in the next, if not 12 months, the next 24 months of what does a Game Pass economy look like when you are saying like this game's going to be on Game Pass anyway. How big do we really make this game? And how much does a game like that still, because you would still sell all of these games, how much does a game for that retail for? And then if we start to say, well, $70 could be a new price point. Well, if we're going to be on Game Pass, maybe we don't make a game that has a budget worth costing $70 because that's going to turn
You're
off
thinking that
consumers.
people will scale back on their development based on the fact that they
I think
know,
it's very possible.
because I don't know. I mean, well, I'm looking on the consumer side, of course. I know so many indie games that have given me more game, I guess, enjoyment or whatever, based on what I enjoy from the game, not necessarily based on how much time I spent in it or how much I spent on it at all. I'm like, some of these games that I spend $2 on, I'm like, this is a monumentally amazing fucking game, and maybe that experience, like, it always comes down to what people are willing to spend for what they want, right? It's either time
And
to
are
game.
those games are those games made with the overhead that it comes with having being made by an Ubisoft or an EA?
Some,
Oh, okay. I mean,
and some are not.
Like, you know, I've
hit that
here,
triple
but-
egg bag that I've been waiting for the game for 2 years, and you know, I was drumming up the fucking drums for it, and then I get to it and I'm like, your game is a potato and goodbye. Like a fucking piece.
The big reason I think that this is the way things might happen in the next few years is because I look at Apple Arcade, and Apple Arcade is I think has been a very good value proposition so far in terms of being like $10 a month or something, and you get a bunch of mostly indie games that are also coming to PC at the exact same time, and a news story that came out a few weeks ago. I don't know. It was not hard news. I'm going to say that this is not hard news, but the reports saying that Apple was looking for games to put into Apple Arcade that had more quote unquote engagement, right? A lot of the games on there are nice, short little things, and then after a couple hours, you're done with them, and you had a great time, and you're done with them. Or some of them are episodic, and those games are not done, and we don't know when those games are going to get finished. And that's Apple. That's Apple's putting their feet out again into original content or content licensing. Microsoft has the money to weather that storm, but at some point, especially with them owning these studios, they might say, "Hey, scale that. Keep your game design doc a little shorter.
Mhm.
Keep your development time
I see
shorter."
that. Yeah.
And then we'll do DLC. We'll do expansion packs. You look at Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves has evolved a lot over the past few years. I think that's where we're trending to. I think we could see a schism here between either a world where $70 games are a norm or games are being designed with Game Pass and Apple Arcade in mind.
Could you see
I
them existing
think-
simultaneously?
I do. Yeah, I can.
Where you have some that we wait for. We wait for The Last of Us 2, right? We wait for the big sequel 3 or 4 years, 10 years later. We wait for the Final Fantasy 7 remakes. We want them. We want them. I never thought I'd subscribe to Game Pass. I did it with the free like $1 trial months and just constantly changed my Windows PC's account to a new Microsoft account constantly because I ain't about that noise. I have accidentally / it's not worth the problem, been subscribing to Game Pass for like 4 months now, and I've been. Every time it happens, I get the little ping in my email. It's like, oh, you spent, $12.99 or $11 or whatever dollars. And I'm like, damn it. I forgot to. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I can access all these games on my computer and my PC. I guess I'll play some what is it? What's the orange soda? Sunset Overdrive?
Oh yes, Sunset Overdrive. A
I
great
guess
game
I'll play
that
this.
I bought on
I
Amazon.
guess
for
I'll
like
play
$5.
Mountain Dew
Yeah,
Overdrive.
that game's pretty good. So, and like yes, right? Like Game Pass is a great consumer proposition. It's great for Microsoft. It keeps people engaged. It's a recurring revenue source. $15 a month. Is there a? Let's say this, right? Are there? How much is that? Are there 3 AAA games that you would buy every year at $60?
Every year, no.
As a streamer,
Now, if you
I
pay
have
$15
spent too much money.
Now, but hold on, because you're right. The streamer thing is, but Kaz, would you pay
Mhm.
$15 a month for Game Pass, which is the exact same game proposition? Or I guess 4. Sorry, 4. It would be 4, but even then, like,
I mean,
State of Decay
yeah,
3.
like, don't even fucking start.
Yakuza,
dude. I
all the
swear to
Yakuza
God,
games,
bro.
Forza.
No, like that is good value proposition. Like I agree with the realm that Curly presented of these things existing in unison, which like maybe you do a thing where you're like, hey, that game doesn't, you know, from the developer side, you look at a IP that's brought to you and you're like, hey, it's great, but we don't think that game needs the development cycle. So let's cut here, let's cut there, let's do that. Let's put it on Game Pass. Let's put it on this platform where we can, you know, charge however much for it, blah, blah, blah. Then you have your other IPs. And then rather than having that race to market with it, you can go, yo, this one deserves the development time. We got to put the time, the effort, the manpower into it. That one is going to be a flagship title for us. That one we're going to charge the 70, 90, however many dollars for, because that's going to be a game we as the developers are going to sink hours into, and then we want you as the consumer to sink hours into as well.
I think the uncertainty that I have with the Game Pass model in the long term is that we're still relatively new to what the economics of that look like.
Yeah, games as a service.
We have seen developers say like, hey, when our game is on Game Pass, we get more sales. Like I think that is all fine, but we need to see what it looks like in the wash because right now Microsoft has 12 or 15 studios right now, all working with games. They have said all of our games are going to be on Game Pass for like the next 12 months. All of our new games are going to be on the previous console and the new console, except Forza Motorsport. Sorry about that.
Is that not
What does that
allowed?
really look like? What does that actually look at the bottom line? Is this because the question that I have is like, Game Pass is the baby right now. Is Game Pass the baby in 2 years?
Are you
Is
kidding
it?
me?
Because
Are-
it
2
might not
years?
be.
No. Here's the scenario.
They might have all their first party fully activated by then.
Microsoft will tout all the shit they want to tout. That's fine. They can bring up all this bullshit about stuff. And I would love to live in a world where the best case scenario is this inspires not younger, I guess that's weird, smaller studios to just fucking get their shit out there. Because the democratization where we're currently at, and I don't know if it's because of publishers or if it's because of technology going forward, but we have a world right now where people with smaller studios and less resources are able to push out games that are amazing, and that's awesome. And I love that. And I want to believe Microsoft is pushing that out there. But at the same time, Microsoft just does the shit sometimes where they put their full force behind something and then they just fucking ghost it and they're gone. Mixer's gone.
It is.
They fucked up Skype. Teams is a travesty. Can we just please? I don't want history to repeat.
When it comes to PC gaming, right?
Remember Connect?
Do you remember Connect? Microsoft has a long history of their enduring commitment to PC gaming, and that works.
2 years, they're out the door, my man. They're not even trying.
They stick to it when it suits them, and Game Pass for PC is still a beta. Game Pass for PC is not the same value proposition it is on Xbox, and so I have some reservations about we're not really going to go to the Netflix economy of video games almost 100%. I don't think that's going to be a major thing. And I wonder what Game Pass looks like in a couple of years. I wonder what that
do
value,
you not
if they
want
can
that?
keep it up. Because if they do, that's a wild divergence from a more traditional space that Nintendo and Sony have.
I don't know, man. And I don't know if you were anti this, but I'd be down for a fucking subscription Steam fucking game service, dude.
Yeah, like I think about it like this,
But
right?
what do you pump? What do you
Especially-
fill it with? Yeah, oh no, go
Well, I mean,
past,
there's
please.
got to be tiers. There's got to be like
Yeah.
big game,
now you're
good
gonna have
game,
tiers?
small game, boom.
Now you're gonna
Are you on
complicate it?
gold? Are you on fucking silver pass? Are you on like? I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
The Platinum Edition gives you free hats, Kaz. Is how
Oh
that
yeah, I'm
works.
down for that.
As long
Fuck
as
yeah.
I get free cosmetics for my fucking wiggly creature, yeah, please.
But like for me, my thing is like, especially with like something like Netflix, right? There's a lot of indie movies, a lot of even new movies I would have never fucking watched if it wasn't for subscription based viewing, right? Like I love the fuck out of like Coco, right? Coco is one of my favorite Disney movies. I would have not watched it 8 times if I had to buy a fucking DVD.
I don't know what Coco is.
I wouldn't call Coco a Disney Pixar movie, a small indie title.
No. I just mean
but
it's not something I would have sought out to watch over and over again if it was not for the ease of use of something like streaming, right? Like,
but
I'm already paying for that service. I'm not gonna go out and buy the fucking Blu-ray DVD of Coco. Like, fuck
Sure.
that.
That
just
is the
think
point.
A big unintended consequence here is that it changes the very real question from the publisher side of how do we get people to buy and pre-order this game to how do we keep people on someone else's subscription service? How do we keep people engaged for a certain amount of time? How are we going to get paid for this game? And do we make it a Bejeweled game that you can play for 1,000,000 hours, or do you make it a little Annapurna game where it's only 2 hours but you got the download?
Don't go
Like,
Annapurna.
what is? Look,
I know.
I'm just saying.
I get.
So the question is, what are the new metrics of success
Yeah.
in a world where people are playing a flat rate for a buffet of games? Because buffet offerings.
So-
You can get pizza and sushi at the same place, and they're not great either of them.
Is the metric ever good if you look at it like all these people really do love Bejeweled games? Why isn't that all the games? Why isn't it all the games?
Bejeweled makes a lot of money.
And you make a very good point in regards to, because I'm looking at it again at the consumer side, right? I'm like, what would I spend money on? I'm like, oh, well, if I deemed a game to be fucking whatever worth $70, I'm gonna buy it. And then if I don't, then I want it on an on-demand, free to fucking try. God damn it, because I don't think your game is worthwhile unless I'm convinced. On the opposite side of that, what you're saying is very much an important aspect of that, is that influences how people pay for the development of the game, and that becomes
Major
a big
design
problem.
decisions get made on these things,
And that's
right?
way before the consumer's involved. Like, who can, like, no one gives a shit. Your game that you now love won't be made if you're using the model that we currently are working with today. So fucking,
I mean, you look
figure
at
it out.
like all the Ubisoft stuff that was coming out the past couple of weeks, and that's its own story. But one of them was like, yeah, we kept pushing to have like female Assassin's Creed protagonists, and the game designer said no, we need it to be a big alpha male in these big games. Like there are many decisions that are made before development even begins on what a game looks like, what the content of it is, and those are affected by a lot of different people, a lot of different editorial, marketing, promotion, what have you. And
Focus group.
if we say, okay, the economics of this completely change, well, then the design economics are going to completely change. It doesn't matter if everyone has a nice solid state hard drive and you can make games smaller and you don't need elevators and what. That's not going to matter because they're going to make smaller games anyway. And maybe that's fine. Maybe it's good. Maybe you don't
that's
need.
where we go.
And maybe that is fine. We've already seen, especially in the PC market, and as console makers have opened this. Well, this is now just a video games podcast. I hope you guys are okay with this.
Oh, absolutely. This is what we wanted. Absolutely. I don't
we've
actually
seen
have any
it.
content. I just said Bryce is here. We're gonna go live. Do it.
we've seen as like the platform holders have said like, hey, indie games are a really good fount of original content that we can buy as exclusives really cheaply and
Convince them to be in our market.
basically, right? So what if you double down on that? What if you say, okay, Game Pass, the best place for indies, on the same token, like you look at Steam has really opened up the price point tiers, right? You had the $60 games. You've got the $100 digital deluxe editions at the mini soundtracks and the little wallpapers and stuff. You also have the $20 games. You have like Fall Guys. You were playing Fall Guys earlier, right? I think like Fall Guys is $20 and they are like really, really pushing that game.
The most
there
popular
are
thing I've ever done on my channel in my entire life.
There are a lot of viable price points out there, and it's going to be very hard to make a $70 justification. On the other side, like completely separate from all this, it's going to be hard to justify $70, I think, unless you have a big game and you make its value known. I mean, sports games have an inherent replayability, and I think that's what 2K tried to say. But I don't know who's gonna stand shoulder to shoulder with 2K21 and say yes, us.
I don't think fans are going to. And the thing is, I looked at I read your blog and I looked at the straw poll you said, and your straw poll was based on the concept of the conversation you were having about 2K games saying their game was going to be $70. But I looked at your poll and it said, "Would you buy a game for $70?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I'm not gonna buy a fucking 2K20, I guess 2K21, whatever the fuck. They're always a year advance. I don't know. Kaz is a more sports-oriented kid to talk about that stuff. I feel like those things come out every year. Why the fuck, as a consumer?
No. Like I would never. I only every like 3 or 4 years will buy one of those sports games, and then like at this point I'm only into them if they have really good like management simulation modes or whatever. Like I'm not gonna get online and play fucking Johnny Tsunami in a fucking game of NBA 2K. Like that's.
So you say you buy those games only every couple of years. Do you play them for a few years?
Yeah,
or do you just play them for the year and like drop them off?
Like the last thing I bought was like Football Manager 2019, right? And that was probably $60 or $70 when I bought that.
Was
it? Yeah.
In terms of like a sports game, right? But and you played it for a few years, right? I think that's what 2K 2K is going to make their argument. Is like, you don't buy these games every year. You buy them and you play them for 2 or 3 years.
They expect you to, though. Like FIFA is fucking like.
But that's the model that's changing, right? Like, why are we doing that when we have so many other games that are able to satiate, if not give us and deliver more?
And if you're looking at it from the publisher side, there's no reason not to have that stance. There's no reason other than to say, buy the new game. It's like the iPhone, right? Like we made the best iPhone ever.
As long as it's in your hands.
You added a megapixel. Like, but the people who are waiting, who do it every year, the people who are waiting 2 years, the people who are waiting 3 years, like every year is a chance for you to be that person's year. And whether they're every year, whether they play and they run it in the ground, like there's no other road but than to say we've got the new hottest shit and you're going to pay for it.
So one of the reasons why I answered your straw poll about would you buy a new video game or when's you last time you bought a video game for $60 or whatever, there are just certain games that I would love the thought experiment of what is the fucking cap on the price point. Like if Squaresoft came out and said, you know what, this shit took us too long, dude. Final Fantasy VII Remake, $120. Is that your wheelhouse? I mean, is it the game that they shipped, or is it all of Final Fantasy the hype before it? Because you have to know, right? Like you don't know. You have no idea. And
when you look at like Final Fantasy 15, which had a notoriously long development cycle, do you think if the world was different, if the landscape was different, that they would have tried out $70, $75, $80 for our new HD? We've been working on it forever. You have a car, there's old Final Fantasy music in it.
I don't know
What
if
do you
this is
say?
real, but in my youth, maybe this is a horrible anecdote. My mom told me that they bought Mega Man 2 for $80. Was that
That
what
is
Nintendo
possible.
games cost?
I mean, back in the day, before we had the $60 price point, I mean, prices were all over the place, right? You could pay up to $100 for a cartridge.
I got shamed
Like-
hard because I loved Mega Man 2, but it was $80 for the family to expense out. I
You
still
know-
remember that, and I was young.
Yeah, I mean, that is a function of like systematizing that. That's
Mortal
a function
Kombat was
of
$70. Yeah, I remember Mortal Kombat being a big deal, and I was like, "That's my Christmas present and birthday present and my whatever the fuck, my graduation for 10 years from now. Please give me Mortal Kombat 3."
well, and you know, having the $60 price point as kind of the upper limit is a result of standardizing those processes by having the EAs and Ubisoft saying, we are going to have 1 million people working on 1 million games at once, and the economy of scale means that we can cap it here, and maybe some of these games are incremental updates every year. Some of them are character licensed games or what have you.
Use that as a model to calculate what the revenue will be and what we can hire and all that stuff. And I get that.
Because a
entirely.
new game is $60.
But it's
a PlayStation 2. A new game is $60.
You have turned my mind into a hatred of the entire video game industry, and I'm mad now, and I don't like it. I liked it before when I was just like, I love bleep bloops, and the guy makes a bandicoot jump on a bunch of heads.
Oh my gosh! So you know, it's just.
I
It's a
hate
really
video
interesting-
games. Let's delete this whole podcast. I hate the entire internet. I hate my
Is it time to do emails? Are we?
No.
Oh fuck!
We gave up on that.
Oh no, I love it.
Um,
I love it.
let me see what else I had.
I didn't mean to derail the entire conversation. I'm just mad. You
No,
convinced me,
not.
Bryce.
I'm legitimately looking at what other things I had before we went into like silly gaff news stories. And I'm trying to see if there's anything fun to talk about.
I got a fun story. If you
got
want
a
to do
fun gift
stories,
gaff?
do you want to do stories? I can just hit this news button.
dkgWELP. Let's fill that knowledge hole.
I feel like that wasn't a choice. Welcome to the news segment of the show. This is where we talk about news stories from around the internet. If you would like to participate in this portion of the show, you could do so by going over to our Discord and joining there. And in our current events and discussions, you can go over and join the dkgWELP podcast channel and add news stories like the ones we're going to talk about now.
I'll do the
You said-
first
yeah,
news
go
story.
first.
Sorry, Big Voice Jay.
Right.
I feel like I yelled at Big Voice Jay earlier and I didn't mean to, and now Big Voice Jay's in the chat, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I love you. Hey, you know, listen. We all try to come up with excuses sometimes for things. I'm not beyond that. You know, you're working a job and you're like, shit, I don't know, Mark did it. Whatever. That's a great excuse.
All right, you just throw people under the bus.
Sorry, Mark. One of my favorite things that I've discussed with a lot of people, I think I've made the joke a couple times on this podcast as well as on the stream, has been just end any email with a shrug emoji with COVID times. Don't know.
Yeah, no, we were talking about that the other day. You just somebody's like asking you why something is the way it is right now. Because
so,
like,
you know, we're crazy right now. Just things are just everywhere.
I had an email
I've used it
from Apple because I was trying to get a bunch of there's 300 fucking iPads that were supposed to be registered to a fucking client, and they had accidentally registered them to someone else's management system, MDM. And I went to register them, and it said, this is already on this school's fucking registrar. And I'm like, bitch, they're in my hand. Like, and I emailed Apple, and Apple literally responded with, we'll get to it, COVID. And I was like, what? You can't just say COVID. Like, it's not a thing.
Girl, did you see our keynote? We had to film that thing in advance. You aren't getting a response for 48 hours.
Whoopsie doodles. And they're like, the CTO of the company is like, where's our shit? And I'm like, COVID? Like,
COVID.
I guess. So this is hit Fox News apparently. This student is going to town because they failed. A college student failed an exam, and she's claiming on Twitter, you know, it wasn't me. I didn't fail that exam. It was the meatball sandwich that I was eating during the middle of the
Yeah, Puck put this in there too. I was looking at it.
So she claims a meatball.
Like intestine.
No, you tell me what your version of the story is, please. I want to know, Bryce, please.
Okay, in my head, just taking all the miscellanea in front of me. All right, I'm Sherlock, and I'm seeing, okay, college student, meatball sub, failed exam. Okay, so she was eating a Great Zero's meatball sub, the great
Jersey
on
Mike's.
Tuesday,
Let's go.
yeah, it has to be Jersey Mike's for the story I'm about to tell. So she's having a Jersey Mike's, and it's got the hard bread and the fucking cold meatballs. And I know, sorry about it.
I just
Jersey
lost
Mike's.
all sponsorship from Jersey Mike's.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Jimmy John's. Jersey Mike's fine. Jimmy John's fucking sucks. So she's eating a meatball sub during the test, right? Because everything's open book, everything's at home, everything's on the
Why
laptops
not?
and
Yeah.
stuff. And then, they didn't cook the meatball. I got my thing. I gotta go. And then she goes and she's in the bathroom for a little too long. And then run out of time for the exam. Is that?
No, not at all. Close.
Oh.
Very close.
Oh, okay.
My
It was actually Quiznos.
I've been an IT person for schools right now, and they're all working on their remote shit. And so a lot of these charter like tech schools have had to switch to some kind of like. Usually there's have to be a proctor in the room, and the proctor can see you and all the other students, and you got to be verified, and they have to sign in a notarized thing. So I understand why this stuff has happened, but so this person got failed for an exam, and they were like, "Yo, you quit out. You quit out of the exam in the middle of it. You closed the whole session." And so her thing is, I was in the middle of taking the exam. Things were going great. Everything was awesome. I went to eat for my delicious meatball sub, and one of the meatballs rolled out and hit the escape key and canceled out of the test. So that's why I failed my University of Georgia economics course.
Why is it escape?
I don't even know if that would do it to your app.
Why is it the escape key? The escape key wouldn't do anything.
That's what she wrote in this thing. Tragically, she writes a meatball had tragically fallen onto my keyboard as I was taking the exam. Tragically.
Well, and they've got because they don't have proctors and they don't have any student exam, they have really crazy webcam technology in a lot of these things, right?
Crazy.
Like before you take a test, you have to lift up your laptop and you have to show your whole room. You have to show your workspace in front of you. You got to show the scratch paper. If you look away from the screen, we're going to get you. If you look down, if you blink too long, we're going to think you got the answers on your eyelids. So that's a fail. That's an F right there. That's a 0 out of 100.
This is none of what for adults that are listening right now, this is not made up. I am literally having to sign papers that I'm doing this for students. There is you have to pre-qualify a laptop for these tests, and I have to go in as an IT person and having a conversation on Zoom with these fucking proctors where they're like, hold the laptop up, show me 360 degrees of the room. And make sure there is no paper in the room. They can only have whiteboards to take notes on, and they have to erase the whiteboard in front of the proctor. It's insane, and I love it.
Just ridiculous. A meatball sub. Okay, so then the proctor. So there should be a Maybe this is not a proctor test, but you would think that there would be a proctor who saw this young woman eating a meatball sub, and then. Bloop. What are the NSA? The NSA's got to have that video footage. Just call it the NSA.
I want to be in the middle of my ACTs and just being like, oh, yep, yeah, sentence structure, blah, blah, blah. Delish. Oh, shit.
I would do that. I would eat a sandwich during a
BuzzFeed
fucking
News
test.
reports it's quote unquote it hit some sort of escape button and closed the entire browser. She told.
Now hold on. Close an entire browser. That's a very specific key
escape
structure.
Everyone,
right?
everyone.
That's a
example.
Control Q.
Hit escape right now. Does it do anything?
That's a Control Shift W. There are a lot of keys a meatball has to press.
How many meatballs fell out of your sandwich to make this?
Maybe, right? The meatball fell out. That fucking marinara got into the fucking in between the keys and fucking malfunctioned the keyboard, and it key pressed a bunch of keys and fucking closed everything.
Now, Kaz, I'll co-sign that theory. I was doing a stream on Friday night. I do a Friday night Twitch stream, and I was having fun, having a little drinks. I got my can of Pepsi. Bryce is a little high. He's a little high. He spills a little Pepsi on his keyboard. Doesn't notice anything. He's playing Ghost of Tsushima. He's slicing up dudes. It's all cool.
You should be doing that during test, Bryce. You're taking a test for your high school future.
But I spilled some Pepsi on my keyboard, and I go over and I accidentally open up Chrome, and my whole computer fucking freezes up because the soda has gotten into my keyboard, and is just activating the entire top row. It is just nonstop pressing all of the number buttons at the same time, and it has ruined. It's fucked my whole thing up. And
now your career is over.
I was on stream. We spent 40 minutes on my stream looking at buying a new keyboard. I didn't need to, thank God. But
that is why.
If you tell me this is an oily marinara, this is a watery marinara.
Are you in defense of the meatball theory here? Are you in defense?
That is why I have not won, right? But
Kaz, you're not going to win here.
Ooh.
Bryce has got the charismatic
No.
approach.
That's why I have two of these Chinese-ass keyboards, because I've already sold
I'm quitting this podcast.
If he spills on
Why do you have two keyboards? Obviously, the lights are on, plugged in. Why are they plugged in?
I have two PCs, bro.
It's plausible. Look, Mythbusters, it's plausible. I don't think one meatball falling's gonna do it, but who knows, right? Like fucking Lotus Notes. I don't know what that fucking thing does. Maybe hit escape, it might fucking delete your account. I don't know. It's fucking 80-year-old guy.
Quote unquote, the said meatball caused some malfunctions with my laptop and caused the test to submit itself. The email continues.
It was the touch bar. She got one of those new MacBooks. It got the touch bar, and it accidentally hit. And because it's meat, it's like your the pad of your finger, right? And if there's an Alt F4 button on the touch, they don't tell you about it. But
the poster concedes a falling meatball is no excuse for a failing grade on this exam, as she asks her professor to retake the test. The professor responds with, I would recommend you take the test either before or after dinner.
A meatball sub is very much a lunch meal. Excuse me, Professor.
Sorry if this interrupted your dinner, but we are trying to teach the youth of the nation.
It ain't teaching.
God damn it. Take this seriously, Beth.
No, I won't. I won't.
I want to eat my sub. I want to get my meatballs on. My marinara, it doesn't matter. Yeah, all right. I'm done with that story. You can carry on with your story. I think I milked that one as much as I can.
Yeah. This one, is very also much of the internet and kind of all the things going on right now. As most people know, America has been pretty hard hit by the old COVID.
Nah, we good.
Yeah, so much so that like even some of our sports that are trying to come back, except for women's soccer, which came back, finished, and has crowned a champion. Have been struggling. So people have been trying to find ways to get out of America and go to different places. One of those places people keep trying to go to is Canada, but Canada is very, very, very insistent on not letting Americans in if they can help it. And people have been trying to go the old green card route by marrying a Canadian citizen so that they can get into Canada, but because you can't get into Canada in the first place to do that, people have been getting married on Zoom. But
Does
Canada
that even
is like,
count?
no, Canada was hard. No, bitch, that don't count.
It doesn't count. Sorry
It don't
about it.
count.
Fucking
So,
go have a picnic and then do it there. You can't do it over. No, that's
Wait, Canada doesn't understand online fucking
okay.
religious.
Curly, here's the thing. Okay,
Help me, religious
Okay,
Bryce.
mail order brides are not a joke. You can't open up a thing where people could just order a bride. That's not how immigration or marriage or romance works at all.
I want to marry my online best friend. Cash,
Now-
let's get married.
Now hold up the iPad.
We can do it in America, but we can't go to Canada.
Okay, but okay. So one of you's in America, one of you's in Canada. Where did the marriage take place?
Internet.
Didn't think about that. It took place in China because of Zoom. You're right.
No,
You're right.
internet.
Those are not
Internet.
recognized.
No,
by Canada.
internet's it's a country.
Well, in
no,
you,
but where
Internet's
was
a
the
country.
server that you were connected to?
Oklahoma.
where was the server? And who was the NSA? And who was the NSA?
You
agent
tell
that
me
was
it wasn't in Oklahoma. You tell me where you think the server was. Okay? I don't know. Arizona? Fuck. Fight me. Let's go. Where is the server?
This is wild. I believe it had this makes sense that this would happen.
No,
The love is still real.
law.
Well, no, I think the whole point is that the love is not real.
Oh shit. No, it's not real. Sorry, I love Cass.
No, the whole law is listed in this thing. It's too long to actually care to read, but like it's the immigration, refugees, and citizenship of Canada. There is already like a dated rule to this thing. Basically, they just don't recognize any marriages done virtually or by proxy. So
right. I mean, look.
So is
like,
all marriages? They're all by proxy.
No, but you need a guy there. You need a witness. You need someone. You have to sign a form. Like there's a ceremony. You can have your ceremony over a Zoom, but you have paperwork you got to do, and you got to pick a country.
I've
And you have to
been
sign it.
in personal space with a guy who's been doing notary remotely.
mm-hmm.
That seems counter to what you're trying to say about marriages right now. This man is notarizing documents in a remote session.
But you can execute a contract across nations.
Via video.
Sure, via video.
So why can't you
Like,
marry?
because you got to pick one.
Because the Lord's got to be there. And the Lord don't got internet.
God says there are boundaries. And you have
Lord
to-
don't got no internet. He's got satellite upfeed. What?
If you're not getting married on God.com, it doesn't count. Okay, he said you need the $9.99 a month.
Yeah,
for it to
3 of those
count.
dollars go to our fucking website. God damn it.
Do you want the next one or should I take it?
I
'Cause
don't
gotta
usually
type
try to bring up stories about religion or anything because this is what happens and it's dangerous. I'm gonna bring up a Munch Squad because I don't have the wherewithal to bring
Munch
up.
Squad.
I don't have any way to not say that I stole this from the McElroy brothers. Anyways, in the world of brand Twitter accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Country Time Lemonade Our good friends over there at Country Time Lemonade.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, please
I'm a
stop
long
there.
listener of the
Please.
Munch Squad. I know the Munch Squad. Munch Squad is a thunderdome for fucking crazy fast food, fast casual food. What the fuck?
Actually, this isn't a Munch Squad. This is my own. I found the story on my own. Never mind.
But it's about food.
It's about food.
brand.
Yeah,
What
food brands, brand
what the fuck
food,
does
brand food.
Country Time Lemonade have to say right now
Oh,
in July
let me
of
tell
2020.
you what Country Time Lemonade decided
Please,
to say from Tampa,
please don't-
Florida, WFLA News.
Don't be a Confederate flag.
No, it's not. It's not. Country Time, obviously it's trying times for brands and I guess lemonade's down. I don't know how to explain that. But Country Time's newest brand choice has been to I'm gonna read this one out just verbatim. Quote, due to social distancing guidelines, lemonade stands aren't what they used to be. And we want to help kids foster their entrepreneurial spirits by offering a small relief to those who can't operate their lemonade stands this summer. Andrew Deckert, brand manager at Country Time, said in a statement and then tweeted it out. Big restaurant chains on their Twitter account, Country Time. Big restaurant chains and pro sports teams taking small business loans? ? That ain't right. Introducing hashtag Country Time Bailout. Relief checks for lemonade stands. No purchase necessary. Official rules, go ahead and call in. They are offering a $100 bailout, quote unquote, to kids with a lemonade stand.
As an American who did not get
This is not an image I made in goddamn Google or Photoshop.
I have been waiting 6 months for a tax refund. I did not get a stimulus check. What the fuck? What the fuck?
There is a pay to the order of in the bottom of this, and it is an underscore lemonade kid sad because they ain't getting that fucking sweet 50 cents per lemonade their mama makes in the goddamn.
Here's a question. I got a question. Okay.
This
Susie?
is 2020.
Susie? This lemonade. I was happy to pay you $1 for a paper solo cup of your lemonade. That's, you know what? I get it. Entrepreneurial spirit. You're a kid. You got to learn cause and effect. Money in, money out. Did you fucking feed me Country Time lemonade? You didn't squeeze the lemons and put the sugar in this. You're giving me bottle lemonade and I paid you $1 for it?
I can get this at the goddamn local Piggly Wiggly for so much cheaper.
If I find out, I will destroy.
No purchase necessary.
The Bryce Castillo promise is that if I find your lemonade stand is serving me Country Time lemonade or anything else in a pre-made bottle, I will destroy your stand. Sorry about it.
I will burn your lemonade stand to the ground
with my bare hands.
Susie. I will Suzanne. I will come at you with so much quickness. I will light the fire before I run at you. I will come at you so hot, your lemonade will never know the light of day.
Fuck.
Is that... Wait.
What do you
Is that
need?
a Country Time lemonade bag behind you? You little shit!
She sold the fuck out. They all did. It's got a fucking goddamn website. You got to sign up. It's the Country Time fucking bailout. Prize award is
sign up for this. I should sign up for this so I can get some fucking relief.
It's a $100 Visa gift card for your child.
I got that.
I can't even.
That'd be nice. I'm waiting for the Internal Revenue Service to pay me my refund for 2018. lives to win in 2018.
Hey guys, my biggest problem with this entire fucking God, the virus bullshit. And Mark keeps telling me my husband has to wear a mask in his business meetings. My biggest problem is Susie can't make her dollars on the fucking yard. She's not. Oh, she was bringing in such rev, dude. She was bringing in so much mun. And she was like a third part of our fucking economic bailout. Hey, government, we can't make our fucking mortgage. Susie's not making it.
So Bob Callie makes a good point. Can you bring back up the website? What is the personal information it asks you for this?
Susie's bailout, the littlest bailout at Country Time Lemonade, baby. What's your child's lemonade stand's name? I.e., for example, Olivia's Tasty Lemonade.
This is a contest. This is what the United States Army had an issue with. This is a contest. This is not a financial service. This is a contest with a $100 prize for how many people? No one really knows.
Susie,
shit. You're gonna get locked out. Country time, more like country out of time. Bye bye. Time's up.
I usually don't do this because of copyright, but you want to watch this 51-second video about Susie's fucking lemonade stand? Can we?
No.
It's lemonade stand season.
Lemonade for sale.
But this year, things are...
Please. If I had a lemonade stand, I would never, even if I was using powder, I would never put the powder on the table. And
we're right next to it, right? Like here's my Lipton jug that I'm scooping material into.
What the fuck? Lemonade stands are a good idea, but fuck y'all, teach them taste. Teach them like etiquette. That's bullshit.
Hey, Susie, if you keep it up, you get $100 Visa gift card that we're going to fucking absolutely gank from you. And we're going to use it for our own goddamn rent or mortgage because our house is being foreclosed upon. Fuck you, Country Time Lemonade.
Looking dry. And those small business bailouts are going to not so small corporations, steakhouses, sports teams, oil companies. Big guys muscling little guys out of the way?
Wow.
That doesn't seem right.
Wow.
But now, the smallest of small businesses are about to get some help.
Can you...
Imagine having the cojones to say, give the kids money. You know that eviction restrictions are lifting, right?
You had to write a copy that said, you know what the biggest problem is? America. Fucking kids. Those fucking kids, man. You fucking shit boxes. You dirty tits. You dirty little shit boxes. Oh, Lord, I have never. I didn't watch this before. I found this fucking. Watching.
Country Time introduces
Country
the
Time.
Littlest Bailout. Stimulus checks to help kids preserve the values of lemonade stands, honest work, and entrepreneurship. While putting
you know what?
a little
No, you know what? They're right. This does encapsulate the value proposition of a lemonade stand where everyone in your community fucking humors you and pays you $1 American dollar, $1 green American dollar, because you don't have square, $1 American dollar for a cup, for a watering hole cup of powdered lemonade.
Daddy,
fuck you, Susie.
Daddy, what's a routing number? Where do I put this? How do I make this into candy? Can someone make me candy?
I'm gonna open up my bank account right now and see if maybe I've received my refund.
Someone
yet, because at some point I just stopped checking.
Someone hit that QR code right now.
At some point, I just said it's never going to come, and I don't think I've girl, you're going to get $100 because what? What did you do? No, I don't think so.
Reggie says, do they have permits for those goddamn lemonade stands?
Well, some of them probably do.
Are you making your lemonade in a fucking certified expected in kitchen? No, you're not.
I think you are out of touch, very much so, with today's youth, because I bet you half of those kids already know what a routing number is and are out here. They're just making the lemonade stand for the fucking value prop. They're just like,
you know what? You know
what
why I know doesn't know about checks? Country Time Lemonade, who wrote a blank check to a toddler. Right now on the screen is a fucking blank check to a toddler. They ain't no fucking pay to the order of. That is Country Time Lemonade throwing a blank ass check.
No, there's an amount on there.
There's an amount on there, but they also said
pay
that
to
it's
the
gonna be
order
a
of
fucking
the
Visa gift card.
drugs.
There is.
Look at
there
this
is a
kid's
whole
mouth.
Yeah, because he's getting paid more than that to hold that piece of paper up there. He's a fucking. Not only is that kid in the commercial getting paid to be in the commercial, he is then went home, built a lemonade stand, fucking made a TikTok video like, "Yo, I'm out here on the struggle right now."
No.
None of the neighbors can come over and buy lemonade. Look at they in their houses like little.
These are actors. These kids are fucking paid, bro.
Yes!
They're not the kids on the streets.
It is the epitome of the American economic system to give more money than these businesses would ever earn.
These kids have SAG cards. They have fucking Screen Actor Guild cards.
No lemonade stand would earn $100 ever in the course of however many days.
This kid right now is saying, "Bitch, I fucking work for $300 an hour. Get out of my house."
Yeah,
this is if you want to teach kids about economics, teach them that like no business is allowed to fail. You could just throw money at anything and there's no bankruptcy, and we can't just let fucking venture capitalism will just save everything forever. Like, fuck off.
We know it'll be a big, rough summer for lemonade stands, quote unquote. And if the big guys are getting bailed out, why shouldn't we help the littlest entrepreneurs get the same treatment? Look. That's why Country Time Lemonade has created the littlest bailout with capital letters. All economic relief program to help the smallest of the small businesses, lemonade stands. Stimulus checks. Star. There's a star here. There's a star here. There's a star here.
Let me throw a little
How many people are going to get $100, Carly? Does it say anything about odds? Because this is definitely just a contest.
No purchase necessary. Open to all legal residents of the 50 United States, 19 blah, 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 who are parent, legal age, 14 years or younger, operate a lemonade stand. Limit one press per household. Ending 8/12. Void where prohibited. I have no idea.
All right.
I'm signing up though.
God, you got to take a picture of a lemonade stand with a kid. We're
computing. I will make a lemonade stand for $100, brother. Let me know this.
All right, here's the spin I'm going to throw on this. Right, everybody is talking about how all these companies have gotten all these billions of dollars in these bailouts and all this kind of shit. Right. In that commercial, they throw all those other companies under the fucking bus,
Absolutely.
and they're like, hey, look what we're doing.
Kroger just fucking kills children every day.
Yeah. You know, fucking Ford Fiestas out here just fucking running down people left and right. You fucking no. Over here at Country Time Lemonade, you know, we're giving back to the motherfucking people. Not only are we giving back to the people, we're giving to the children. Think about the children.
It's a good angle. I don't know. I've never heard that angle before. Is that a good angle?
All right, I got it. There will be $1,100 prepaid cards given out to enter.
$10,000. Okay.
Is that right? $1,100 gift cards. No, that's $1 million.
$1 million. Okay.
Okay. So 1,000 kids might get $100. You do have to send in a photo. You do have to send in an essay.
I will send in a photo. I will send in a photo of Kaz.
With the lemonade stand sign that they were going to use but cannot.
We'll do. Absolutely got it.
And
Brother, I got a
essay answering.
I will have Kaz hold this photo up and grin, and I will throw it out into the etherverse for $100.
I
will take Country Time Lemonade's money. I don't care.
Man, we do YouTube videos. We got YouTube channels here. We do every week we do a giveaway. So that's why that I look at this and I go, oh, this is just like a contest. This is just a random drawing.
Here's what they're gonna do,
I also feel like there's a moment where Bryce is like, you know what? Chucklefuck stuff happens. People do chucklefuck stuff, but this is bitchy. This is bad.
You just need to know. You just need to know that this is a $1 million
we've been there,
marketing
but,
campaign.
There's a kid holding up a check for $100. That's weird.
Hold on.
How many times, Bryce, have you actually had your company that you work for hold a child? hold a check for a child up.
Let me address this. Let me address this by Curtis, right? Because he says, "Is this not for little ghetto kids?" I'm going to equivocally say no, right?
Let's fill that knowledge.
Can't. I hit a button.
Wow.
Sorry.
This man hit every fucking button.
He hit every button.
We're having a night.
It
Edit
is
all of this in.
That is equivocally a no, right? Because lemonade stands are very specifically a suburban thing. In urban areas, we do one of two things as children. We will mow your lawn or we will shovel your car out. And then if you don't pay us what we think you owe when we go to shovel the next car out, we'll shovel your car back in.
I had this conversation with Kaz about snow. Like he was like, "Oh, what if someone shoveled their car out of their parking spot, then left, and someone else parked there? Is it okay to fucking be mad?" And
Yeah.
Kaz was like,
yeah.
"That's your fucking spot, dude." And I was like, "What?" No, like that's not okay.
So it's worth putting out so that people who are not watching or who are listening to the podcast, it's $100,000, which makes this much more understandable as a marketing campaign for us to all say it with me, Country Time Lemonade.
Hey everyone, if you're a sponsor of the show, Country Time Lemonade, guys, I would change my verdict on this.
We love lemonade and children from Chicago, because that's what that check says.
Oh, okay.
But not the west side of Chicago, where the fucking.
I don't even know where the west side of Chicago is.
All right.
If you look at a compass.
He doesn't know. So here's the thing, Bryce. Right. Last week, me and Curly took a citizenship test.
Citizenship test. Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was a 20-question test. I got 15 right. And Curly got
18,
more
baby,
right than I did. So I
don't know where the Mississippi is.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know where any of this shit is. But he belongs here, I guess. All right.
East Virginia, Country Road.
Moving on.
Why is there not in East Virginia? That's my biggest complaint.
We're not getting into it.
Okay, no, I am getting into it. I'm mad now because my kid got a stimulus check.
I'm gonna talk about this.
That's the other thing. Look, I don't have any kids, but I would be very fucking pissed if my kid got a stimulus check before I did.
If my kid came home and was like, "Yo, daddy, my business, my lemonade stand,
I have an ROI now.
My lemonade stand has a stimmy check from the Govo. What's a Gov?"
Boy, no cap. I would zip yoink.
I was like, "Bitch, you ain't paying rent. You don't get shit."
Hold on. Because the way you gotta look at this, right, is you put investment into that company.
You put investment into that kiddo.
Whose card table is that? Mm-hmm.
So like
that kid is an investment. That's a fucking stock option. That kid is a stocko option.
I angel invested into your motherfucking lemonade stand, kid. Like I gave you the startup capital, and I
invested into your existence. If you start to fucking get sick, you lose dividends. Like that's it.
All right. Here's this story. A Utah man is being, well, he's being somewhat charged with distributing pornography.
Back into the
sorry, Stimmy kid.
distribution of pornographic materials because the 22-year-old Utah man was in a Walmart in the photo center printing out pornographic images.
Like you do.
And people took concern of this because what happened was he has spent some time behind bars, and my man just wanted to print some stuff out and send it to the homies.
Hold on. Okay,
I mean-
hold on. So he brought some JPEGs. He said, "Hey, Walmart.com. Here's some JPEGs.
Walmart Photo Center.
WalmartPhotoCenter.com.
No.
Here's
Location.
I got it.
My man plugged a USB into a printer and was like 100 copies. Yes.
Because my boys got to see this, man.
No,
gonna send it.
my boys are locked up. They don't have access to the fucking, to the materials. I'm out in the streets. I gotta fucking look out for the homies.
Hell
But
yeah.
they check your mail. Are you allowed to send pornography? Also, you definitely are not allowed to subject any photo development lab to pornography. There's like a whole
That's what I said.
etiquette.
He is facing third-degree felony charges for distribution of pornographic material.
You can't. I mean, yeah,
And
you
in
can't. You
Utah-
can't run in and throw out like, I'm a cop of these dollar bills. Like,
He was
Maybe
also
Should have gone to Wyoming and just like said it. Wyoming doesn't care, but you shouldn't have done it in Utah. Utah's definitely not a good place for that.
but he was on probation for other crimes
other
at
crimes, of course.
the time of his arrest.
And you know what? Like, you can get a cheap printer.
You
You
think
can
he
get a printer.
Listen,
Brandon?
Bryce.
It comes with
Bryce
ink.
no, Bryce. I know. The
probation, dog?
You can still go to Target.
the avenue you're going down sounds great as an IT professional. The amount of times that I've had to look at someone in the eye on a Zoom call and say, "Oh, my printer doesn't work." Yeah, it looks dead. It looks like it doesn't work. What do I do?
You go get
Go
it.
fucking anywhere where there's a fucking printer. I don't care. 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 Go to a printer.
So,
How do
Kaz,
I
don't know if
print?
this is-
I have to print things.
Is this? I don't know if this is a detail, but I'm going to ask you for it. It's okay if you don't know. Was this a photo lab or like a Kinko's like print
Like
machine?
I'm assuming because it just says the Walmart Photo Center. I'm assuming it's
I would love that
Like,
she.
like a
They
fucking
walked into the
service.
Walmart fucking printer center and said, "Where's my shit?" And they just said, "I don't know. I don't know what you want, person. Please, please leave me. I want to go home. My shift is over. Let me go home."
yeah, because people like said, yeah, they saw this dude. They're printing out pornographic images. Some of the images appear to show underage females, which he denies.
Okay.
He was like, "Hey, everything in these photos are above board,
Hold
dog."
on, Kaz, I might pause you right now. Is there any
So-
point where someone doesn't deny that moment?
Yeah, so that's a
If you came at there might be no, not me at all. I don't know. It must have been no. I saw a guy. He was in the Chipotle. He came in. He was coming
The Walmart
in.
Chipotle.
When it's always a Chipotle next to a fucking goddamn printer shop. It's always a Chipotle. Can you correct me if I'm wrong? Chat, is there not a Chipotle next to every fucking FedEx call shop?
So his idea was
No,
I'm
not
gonna
me.
roll up. I'm gonna roll up to Walmart.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna roll up to Walmart.irl with my fucking jump drive of JPEGs, and I'm gonna print them out, and I'm gonna send them to my
To the
friends.
homies. No, to the
homies in the
homies.
clink.
Yeah.
who were
The
locked
the
up.
clink.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a group distribution group called the Homies.
Look.
Not-
Here is the police's version of this man's statement.
Don't send it to
He-
the police. That's a different distribution.
No, because he
That's
got
like-
arrested. So the police questioned him. He said yes, I was printing off fucking photos to send it to the homies who were locked up, but no, none of the images have underage females in them.
Yeah.
I
I'm
know
sure
that-
the
you know
homies will
what?
tell you that. Why do that? Listen, I send a lot of emails. The last thing I think I need to send at the end of every email is, hey, by the way, none of these are underage females.
But look,
Dear FBI.
you gotta take it from this man's.
Dear FBI, due to the 1995 clause by Bill Clinton, none of this information can be used against me.
Dear NSA, comma, be cool, full stop.
This is the situation, right? My man goes to the Walmart, fucking in there, trying to figure it out. My man's been locked up. We don't know how long he's been locked up. He might have been in there since '95. He don't know about all this newfangled technology. But the homies was like, "Yo, man, I need some new posters in here,
I
dog.
want to know
You know
this
what I mean?
is fresh
Posters.
cake.
I'm tired of beating it to this Farrah Fawcett poster that's been in here before I got here, dog. Like, yo, can you hook me up with some new shit?" My man was like, "Yo,
I hate to go to prison and be given the community Farrah Fawcett poster.
I hate to be in this podcast right now.
So my man, fucking down for the cause, is like, yo, I'm gonna figure this shit out. He gets on fucking Auntie's computer that because
Auntie's computer.
she's like with him,
Where she
and he's
loves that fucking porn.
He's like, all right, like he's like, fuck,
She's like,
man, there's all these
MMF, MMMFFF.
Yeah, he's like, cool. Oh, I can just download these. Great, boom, fucking right click, save. All right, you know what I mean. Now I gotta send them to the. Oh fuck, I can't send them this jump drive. There ain't no computers in the goddamn jail that they can use.
That's the problem.
Getting here's the thing. Okay,
Okay.
The fuck is a jump drive?
maybe
Sorry.
maybe they have rules. Maybe they have rules at prison that say like, hey, if you're gonna get photos, they have to be like glossy photos. But like, you can get a photo printer for really cheap.
Yo, my man, my
Hold on. I want to have a moment just to reflect.
papers like
No.
art- fucking job.
This is three people who have very obviously never been in prison. We have no concept. Oh,
no
you know,
fucking clue.
they don't let the platter go out so you can 3D print a fucking cool toy before you go in.
It's not like they can go to the jailhouse library. That shit comes off your commissary, dog.
I don't
Like,
know what that means.
But like, if you're sending photos in, okay, so what? They say, oh, it's gotta be on the photo
Yeah,
camera.
it's gotta be
glossy.
120 megapixels.
It's gotta be shiny. Well, okay.
You
get
can't
those
submit
printers.
a WAV file to the prison library.
so my man is out here doing a service for the fucking boys, right? So he's like, yo, how is that fast? Fucking you can't go to the Kinko's, they're still closed due to COVID.
Let's go to the Kinko's. God damn it. Kinko's doesn't exist.
So my man is like, boom, Walmart will print it for me, right? Oh shit, self-serve? Got you, baby. Fucking 100 by 100. Let's go. Like my man knows the system. You know what I mean?
Clearly, he doesn't know the system.
No one knows the system.
Know the system. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Let the man print money. It's fine. Who cares?
I mean, obviously the boy dumb. He got caught, and he was already on probation. Like, come on, man.
this is only tangentially related, but it's about prison. I used the TikTok service. I'm sorry, everybody. I use TikTok.
Follow Drunk Kids Gaming on TikTok.
TikTok.com/Bryce.
I would occasionally be served TikTok videos from prisoners, and they would be the most surreal videos of all time. It would be like, hey, there wouldn't be any voiceover in some of these. Like the one that I saw was like, you played A Way Out, right? The prison, two guys escaping prison. It would be like that. It would be like in a sewer system, and we're looking at the fans, and we're looking at the ladders, and we're making our way out of prison. And then I would get one of like, oh, there's the prison fence. We're running away from it because we fucking escaped prison and TikToked our way out. Like, because cell phones are a thing in prison, those motherfuckers are putting TikTok on it.
Okay, sorry. My brain is broken. You broke my brain. Why are you flirting with people in prison? What? Who? Why? What? How? Okay, first of all, question. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know dating apps. So am I in the wrong? I have to check that. That's first to check.
It's TikTok. It's not Tinder. It's TikTok. It's a video. It's social video.
Okay.
So it's like Twitter if Twitter was only videos.
I apparently have a TikTok account, but Kaz runs it, and I don't know about it because I don't have the application.
And the thing about TikTok, if people don't know, the thing about TikTok, the really special thing about it is
Did you do a duet with the prison guy?
Oh, there's footage of Curly at one of the live events.
No, it's a garbage. No one likes that. I'm fat and gross.
So the special thing about TikTok is that it has the For You page, which is just like, hey, we think we know what you like, so we're gonna keep showing you an endless scroll of videos.
Yeah, and yours showed you prisoners.
One showed me fucking prisoners multiple times.
Yes,
and those
I know.
boys got out because this is the thing. It's a thing. So prisoners don't look. People in prison don't always make the best decisions. And people who get out of prison maybe don't always make the best decisions. So sometimes they go to Walmart and they say, hey, can you please print out this labia? And they say, no, I cannot. You're going back to jail. But it happens.
No, I think he did it himself because he was caught later.
Did you? I'm sorry. I'm drunk. Did you say print out a labia?
I'm assuming that would be one of the materials that these men...
Oh my God, I get it now. I'm there. Cool. Continue on.
So they don't always make good decisions. And sometimes that means opening up a TikTok account. Sometimes that means going to Walmart and saying, print out the labia. And you get news results like this. I mean, there was reporting about a month ago about these TikTok accounts from prisoners because cell phones are in there, because you can get TikTok on a cell phone.
Yeah, because you can fit a cell phone in your butt. So
I should hope I can fit a cell phone in my butt. I can. A Pixel? Not an XL.
Nah, dog. These are like iPhone 3s that these dudes have. Man.
Oh, we're going lower. Yeah, cool. I'm down with that. I can do that. I can handle that. Fine.
All right, I'm gonna do this.
I got
the
this.
last
I
of
got
my
this.
three stories.
I got
this. No, let me just get this one out of the way.
Let Bryce finish his story.
No, my story's done. We got the end of it. We got the end of it. I'm just saying, like,
bad decision.
If you're telling me that a prisoner on probation,
every prisoner has a phone.
Prisoners have phones. There are phones in prison. Hey, spoiler alert! It's against the rules. And
maybe their phones got confiscated, which is why he's out here for the boys, trying to make sure that they can fucking.
This is literally why I keep a phone in my ass at all times, just in case, with a SIM card registered and ready to go.
Have you never heard of fucking? Oh, what are they called? Where they check your butthole?
I don't know, Anime Food Wars, whatever. Fucking don't care.
No, they're gonna check your butthole.
Please, let's go to the next story.
All right, Bryce, this one's going to hit close to home. San Antonio, or a study. I don't know.
Physically close to home. Gotcha.
Yeah, physically close to home. San Antonio ranks among the top 10 U.S. citizens or cities with residents, right? Looking
Cities
for
10 10.
threesomes. Looking for threesomes during the pandemic.
Wait. Why?
Okay.
Look, all right. Here's the thing. Here is the thing, right? You have been on quarantine with your partner, right, for however long, right? There's only so much fucking nasty you can nasty, all right, when you ain't got nothing else better to do. So at some point you start to look at each other and you're like, something new. So, hey, let's download an app and see who's out here, dog. You know what I mean? I'm bored, you bored. Let's see what we can do. Or you're an open couple and you're used to having some normal outside funds and you can't do that because of the pandemic, so you're just like, hey, why don't we invite somebody into our bubble?
Yep. I'm gonna let you I'm gonna let you sink in on this one.
I mean, this isn't a problem for me.
Okay. So to extend a hand out, I don't know. I love being open for things.
People in Texas. People in Texas. People in Texas. Look, Texas.
Bryce,
right?
You're from Texas.
Just
throw out people in Texas. You can't throw it out.
I'm in Texas. Excuse you. I'm in Texas. I'm from Virginia, the show me state. Here's a story. Here's a short story. I went for a drive a couple weeks ago. I was feeling cooped up. I said I need to get out of the fucking house, and so I drove. I drove. Funny. I tried to drive to find a rural area, but I only kept to the major highways, which is not how you fucking do that. But I drove about 2 hours south, and one of the overpasses, and this was like just a couple weeks ago. This is not like pre-quarantine. This is not like we had anything. This is like we all have the same
global
that we have now.
pandemic.
We're still in the global pandemic,
Yeah.
And one of the overpasses, right when you entered a new city, there's a new county. They had like folks hanging out on an overpass, busy overpass. You could see their pickup truck was parked, like hanging like Trump flags and all that stuff on the overpass, so that people who were driving by would see, hey, Donald Trump for president. Hey, hey, just so that you know that this is the country that you're in, the county in the country that you're
Just
in.
in case you didn't know.
Just in case, hey, maybe you forgot you were in Texas because you were leaving Austin. So this isn't surprise, and also this town was in between here, Austin, and San Antonio, which is about an hour and a half away. Maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't know. No one is quite sure. So it doesn't surprise me that might be what San Antonio looks like. That's people in San Antonio.
Well, so on this thing, San Antonio ranks at number 6 nationally, according to this app called 3Fun, which is a dating app for people who are open-minded or a swinger-type relationship.
Hey, that's not.
Oh. That's assy. Large.
Anytime you see, I just want to let people know, if they don't know, anytime you ever see any of the graphics that's like, here is the favorite candy bar in every U.S. state. Here's the porn search.
Chicago loves Snickers. Here it is.
All of those are promotional devices. Those are promotional memes that congratulations you were activated on. It's a lot of real estate blogs, realty blogs. It's the dating site specifically about threesomes. So I would say that a mobile app designed around threesomes, I would maybe not look at their top 10 and think this is very valuable information at all. Actually,
So one, their apps were targeting people that would respond to. I love
no,
this
they're
thing.
just going off of the rise in user fucking like signups for the app, not asking people would they be into it. It's like, hey,
it's called Free Fun, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're seeing an uptick in numbers, especially from Texas, because for them, they saw a high surge in San Antonio, which came in number 6 for them. Houston came in number 3 for them, and Dallas.
Who was number 7? Who was number 7?
7, Philadelphia.
Oh, thank God, not San Diego. Sweet, baby Jesus.
San Diego is number 10.
No, didn't happen. Don't care about it. Don't false.
New York and
Here's
LA.
the thing. When you're a hammer, every state looks like a nail. Okay,
Oh,
that's how paradigms work, dog. Anyway, this is certainly interesting, but what the?
I'm gonna go with my final news story. That's not it. Should have been.
There are too many buttons, frankly.
TMZ. My man steals.
Okay, hold on. So this
from
says
Las Vegas. This is a slow every 4 frames per second capture.
Okay, so we have a hype beast. We've got a streetwear guy. He's got the Adidas tracksuit and the leggings and the shorts.
Sure. What do you?
Is this a no? This isn't a gas station because it looks like
it's in
there's
the top.
nice stuff.
Oh, you can't see it. Cool. Actually, you can't see it.
Away. AWA.
What do you think this man's gonna steal?
It looks like an electronics store because he walks in and there's like an end cap on camera right that has a lot of boxed products. Some of them small,
I mean, you
some
can
of them
see
big.
the name of the store on the front.
Oh, it says all I can see is stay 6 feet away.
That's what I like.
So I can't.
That's what I like. You can't tell shit from.
All right, fucking play the goddamn video.
No, it's gonna be very obvious when we play the video. So I just want to get guesses. What is
this
man?
a celebrity? Hold on. Is this a celebrity?
Nope.
Okay.
Just a regular, good old fashioned thiefo.
He's walked into a Radio Shack. I'm assuming.
Apparently a 1970s Radio Shack. What do you think he's gonna steal? Kaz, just give me. Kaz and Bryce both give me just anything.
I don't have enough info.
Just give me anything you think he's stealing.
The thing he's going to steal. Look, he's a streetwear hype beast, and the thing that he needs more than anything right now, really, and
he's wearing
it's
an Adidas
time.
jacket.
He's got the Adidas. He's got a black dad cap on. He's wearing a
but
black.
He's also very much an older white guy because there's a lot of gray hair. There's some wrinkles in there and
Do you
shit
think
like
that's
that.
gray hair? I think that's bleach blonde hair. I'm looking at a Slav guy.
It's on top of the it's the cosplay he's got going on.
I think that he's going to steal 3 things.
He's gonna steal something. I'll give that to you guys right now. He's gonna steal something.
He's gonna steal 3 things. He's gonna steal a DJI Mavic. He's gonna steal a drone. He's gonna steal a braided USB-C to Lightning cable.
Bryce, it's one thing.
The third thing that he is going to steal at this Radio Shack is a 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch adapter because you fucking need a lot of those, way more than you have.
Sometimes you do.
So
Kaz, what do you think my man's gonna steal?
I don't know. Something dumb. Nothing worthwhile.
Okay, cool. Good podcast.
You didn't give me enough info to go off of. You didn't build this up well.
I'm sorry. The next scene.
Okay, so we switch. Oh, it's a sex shop. There's a big dick. This is a big sex shop too.
See, this is what I'm saying. He didn't give us enough fucking info, man.
Well, of course he takes the giant dick.
Wait, he's taking a huge 3-foot dick over his shoulder.
And no one caught him. And this video is after the fact that he got away.
I love it.
He just got away.
Good.
He got away.
Let's fill that knowledge.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
That's a big. That's a big sex shop, right? Because you came to that other camera and there was a long aisle, right? Like they had enough room for carpeted display space and then tile walk space, right? So like that's
Yeah,
a
it was a very J.C. Penney's looking ass sex store. Where is it?
It looked like a good mall, right? Like a good Christian mall. And then that man
He was
just
at the
fucking
Dick's Run.
high stepped it out. Like boop, 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 boop.
He knew what he wanted. He'd been there before.
He was scouting that fucking dick. Scouting that dick.
I need the tea. I need the tea sis on this.
I don't have any information. I don't have any information. It's just gone. It's done.
God.
It's from the internet.
Okay. Wow. You know what? Here's the thing about stealing a novelty 3-foot dick from a sex shop. No one was gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah, no one wants it.
Who would have bought that thing? It's fucking 3 feet tall.
Here, take it a
Kaz,
step.
are you gonna tell me you would have bought a 3-foot
No,
dick?
hold on.
No,
take
no,
it.
no,
Take
no, no.
it. Take it. Take it one step further.
$400.
Take
You
it a
buy
step
that dick?
further. No one is going to steal your 3-foot dick story for a podcast. Is that not meta enough? No one's going to do it. Except I did it, bitches. I stole your podcast joke.
Look, man, I'm just letting you know there's some size queens out there. All right?
I'm gonna
You know
get
what
it.
I
I'm
mean?
gonna get a takedown. notice
Kaz,
some
it
point.
went up to his belly button. Like, y'all.
Would have gone through him. It was a sword. Are you
There is no pelvis. There is no birthing hips.
just throw
There's no femboy hooters big enough to. Oh.
All right, that's where I leave. That's where I leave. Don't bring up not that, because Curly's gonna ask questions. I'm trying to stay away from that. That shit is
super
dangerous,
cute,
dog.
super cat, super cat.
Fucking femboys who I can't, bro. All right.
I've forgotten how to breathe for a while now, and that is thanks to Bryce being here. But I think we have to end this podcast at this point.
Yeah, you fucking bring up femboy hooters. We gotta leave. Case coming, dog.
I don't want to give him a purchase for having once again the longest listened to episode of the entire universe. He's at an hour and a half right now. This motherfucker has a standing record of 3.5 hours of podcast listening time.
I thought we were at 2.5 hours, but we spent an hour in the pre-show talking about other shit. And you very smartly cut it off.
I tricked. I said, no, this won't be in the podcast. Disgusting. Rude. It was all about how he hates vegans and he wants to murder. Check it out. It's on the stream. I love you guys to death, but yeah, we should probably end the stream here and now because it's very close to my end time. So thanks, guys, for being here. Bryce, literally, you've done amazing things. Please do whatever you can in regards to sharing with the public here what you do if they don't know you.
Sure. You can find most of my stuff at twitter.com/Brycas, BRYCAS. I do a lot of streaming on Twitch at the Night Attack channel, twitch.tv/Night Attack, NIGHTATTACK. I have a newsletter called Video Games with Bryce, where we talk about, for example, the $70 video games thing. If you go to neshcom.com, NESHCOM.com, you'll see a games newsletter button right there. You can sign up. It's free. It comes out once every week or so. I've actually been kind of scaling it back a little bit just to make sure that it's like the really good stuff. I don't want it to, so check it out, neshcom.com. Sign up for Video Games with Bryce. Brycas on Twitter, and that's it. Thank you so much for having me. I love being on. I hope I can
You're
be on
a
soon.
golden goddamn goose. God. Kaz, I don't care about you at all, so fuck you. Bye.
Fuck you, kid. Let's see you end the show.
I don't know. Underscore website done. Problem solved.
Play the music.
Time for some cocktail-infused communications.
DKG.
No.
But when I step up in China, you want step correct. Coronavirus check. You best inoculate or you're gonna get wrecked. Coronavirus check. Heads from the Summer Palace all the way to Quebec.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Meatball fell out and it hit my